Hello friends, in this video we will continue with the topic features of the democracy. The third feature of the democracy is that in a democracy, adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. The principle of universal adult franchise is accepted by almost all over the world. Universal adult franchise is a law which allows the person of the age of 18 and above it the right to vote. But there are many instances of denial of the equal right to vote. In Saudi Arabia, women do not have the right to vote. Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fijian means the native Fijian means the people who live in Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. Democracy is based on a fundamental principle of political equality. The fourth feature is rule of law and respect for rights. This feature we will understand with the case study of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe attained independence from white minority rule in 1980. From then onwards, the country has been ruled by a party, ZANU-PF, which led the freedom struggle. The party leader Robert Mugabe has been the president of the country since independence. Elections are always won by this party. This party means ZANU-PF through violence and harassment of the opposition politicians, workers and journalists. Protests against the president were illegal and government does not heed court judgments which went against it. Heed means to pay attention to something. Thus, there is no rule of law and citizens' rights are not respected. Recently, Robert Mugabe was thrown out of power after 37 years. Emerson Mnangagwa became the new president of Zimbabwe. The state should respect the basic rights of citizens like freedom of expression, freedom to protest, freedom to take political actions. These rights should be protected by the judiciary, whose orders should be obeyed by all. Thus, the fourth feature is explained as a democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' right. Now we will see the arguments against democracy. Leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. Morality means principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong. Many people have to be consulted in a democracy, which leads to delay. Elected leaders do not always know the best interest of the people, which leads to bad decisions. Democracy leads to corruption as it is based on electoral competition. Ordinary people do not know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. Democracy leads to frequent changes in leadership. Sometimes this can set back big decisions and affect the government's efficiency. Democracy is not a magical solution for all problems. It has not ended poverty in other countries and in other parts of the world. It ensures that people can take their decisions, but this does not guarantee that their decisions will be good. People can make mistakes, and these are the arguments against the democracy. Now we will see the arguments in favor of the democracy. Democracy is better than any other form of government in responding to the needs of the people. A democracy requires that the ruler have to attend to the needs of the people. A democratic government is a more accountable form of government. Democracy is based on consultations and discussions, which reduces the possibility of taking rash and irresponsible decisions. Thus, democracy improves the quality of decision making. Now, as we see, when the election comes more faster, different political parties give consultations and do discussions on how they are going to attend the elections and making more efficient steps to fulfill the needs of the people. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. Only in a democracy, different groups can live with one another peacefully. In a diverse country like India, where people are from different religious and language, democracy keeps our country together. As we can see, there are different religious books read by different religions, and different kinds of language are spoken in India. So this shows the unity of the people. Democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. In democracy, the poorest and the least educated have the same status as the rich and the educated, because democracy is based on the principle of political equality. Democracy allows us to correct our own mistakes. In democracy, either the rulers have to change their decisions or the rulers can be changed. Now we'll see the broader meanings of democracy. The most common form of democracy is representative democracy. Like in India, we choose different representatives for us which can do better to fulfill our needs. In this, the majority of people rule through their elected representatives, as I told you earlier. It is so because modern democracies involve such a large number of people that it is physically impossible for them to sit together and take collective decisions. Even if they want to take the collective decision, the citizen does not have the time or the desire or the skills to take part in all the decisions. Now, the democratic decision making. A democratic decision involves consultation with the consent of all those people who are affected by the decisions. Powerful and non-powerful people should have the right in taking the decisions. This can apply to a government or a family or any other organization. Thus, democracy is a principle that can be applied to any sphere of life and can take many forms. In a democracy, every citizen must be able to play an equal role in decision making. For this, an equal right to vote is not sufficient. There should be another step also. Every citizen needs to have equal information, basic education, equal resources, and a lot of commitment.